Let me
You can do
just
mic
check.
check 1 2.
Yeah, wait up, wait up.
Mic check.
I'll just jump on YouTube to see if it's actually streaming now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's go.
That's real.
Come on, my boy.
Okay.
But it's been a long time since I've seen these blooming.
According to YouTube, it's live for 26 seconds, but
Alive.
I can't see
Damn.
shit, bro. I don't know why it's not showing on my phone. Apparently we're live.
This is gonna be gangster.
Oh no, we're live.
That's it.
Shut up. Okay, sweet.
Let's go.
Okay, so do some intros first. Who should we start with? So Sora, who are you?
Yo, what?
What's your anime, like your favorite anime, and
Ooh,
what is the last anime you watched?
favorite anime? Ooh, probably redo of Healer. If you know, you know.
What the hell is that?
No. That's some hentai shit, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm kidding. Actually, though, my favorite anime would probably be That's a really hard question. Probably Kuroko no Basket. It's probably my favorite anime. And what was the other question?
What's the last
My last
anime
I
you watched?
watched Kabaddi. Burning Kabaddi. That was the last anime I watched. I really like sport animes.
Bruh, I don't even know what that is. What is that? What is
That's
that?
like boom. So Burning Kabaddi. It's like a game of Tiggy. It's a 6-on-6, and they're like on what'd you say, like on like a little netball court, and it's a 6-on-6. So what happens is there's one person that so like it's the court's divided into two. One team's on one side, and then other team on the other side. So what happens is one person from one half of the court has to try and touch as many opponents. The moment they touch, they're pretty much out. But the only way that they're out is if the person who touched them gets back onto their half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like for example, say I'm at the like halfway line. I step over. I touch the bro, and I run back to my half. So the bro is now out. But the thing is, if I touch them, they're able to tackle me and do whatever. Just their
No,
goal
the
is
demon.
stop me from going back to my side. Now, if I don't make it back, then I'm out. That's how the anime works. It's pretty cool.
Alright. Well, how about you, Adam? So, who are you?
What?
What's your favorite anime, and what's the last thing you've watched?
The last thing I watched, we'll go with that first. Probably is Solo Leveling. Yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
Peak
that's
anime
good.
right there.
Peak. That shit's
The
good, yo.
greatest, I'll say the greatest new gen other than Boruto. I'll say that.
That's strong.
Okay, hey, that's his opinion.
That's
Let him.
Strong.
And
That's his
my
opinion.
favorite, no doubt, Naruto. Easy.
Nice.
Man, perfect. Well, for me,
The greatest.
I would say my favorite anime is. I would say it's tied with Naruto and Attack on Titan. And
Let's go.
Attack on
the Attack on Titan's peak, bro. You do not
peak.
understand.
The
That
end
shit's
ruined it.
peak.
The end ruined it though. The end.
Nah, yeah, nah, I get it, but like, fuck, it's still. Even though the end was ass, like Eren just like fucking,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
became a
he
simp
became a
again.
simp.
Just killed his character, to be honest, but it's alright. And the last thing I watched, I would have to say it's Solo Leveling as well, eh? Although, like, I actually watched one episode of season 2 of, shit, what do you call it? Of, Vinland Saga. Because I still need to watch it, eh? Gee, not gonna lie, bro. It just looks so boring. I watched the first episode and I just couldn't be bothered, eh? Like, carrying on. Like it's just not good, bro. I don't like
Oh,
Yeah.
this
Topin lost
snow
his aura,
fighting
man.
nonsense from Stolfen. That shit is
Yeah, he
ass.
lost it. He
He
lost
just
his aura, man.
yo,
He lost his
I could
aura.
just tell they're just gonna be like fucking yapping and all that shit. Well, anyways, moving on.
But
So we are going to do a tier list of each One Piece arc. So before we go around again, Cam, you've caught up, right?
Yep. I'm an Egghead.
Okay, same as me. And what about you, Adam?
I finished Wano.
Finish Shona? Oh,
I've
so
heard
you
about Egghead. I've heard about it.
right?
I'll say you're pretty flashbacks.
Nah, yeah, you're just caught up then, eh? You're
Yeah.
pretty much caught up.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
okay, just give me a sec. So, how's it looking? Can you see the
Yep.
tier list?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Romance Dawn. Do you guys remember what happens in Romance Dawn? Anybody want to refresh us?
no
Because
idea.
honestly, I can't remember what happened. I think it's like
I
Zoro.
forgot that shit.
When Zoro joins, right?
Romance Dawn.
Zoro
Isn't that the
joins.
Albedo one?
Nah,
Yeah.
that's the one with the guy with the X hammer guy.
Nana
Captain Morgan.
is the Albedo one.
No, where does it end?
Hobby's in
So
there as well.
who? Oh, Sanji's in it,
Hobby,
eh?
do you know the
No, not
the
Sanji.
Marine? Nah. Sanji's in Baratie, I think.
Oh yeah. So I think Zoro's in it. Nami's in it,
No,
right?
no.
No?
I think Romance Dawn is when Luffy boards Alvida's ship.
That's the one. That's the one. And he meets Cubby. Yeah, I
Oh
remember.
wait. Oh, so
Cowboy.
is it just like the first 3 episodes in? So he meets
Like,
Kobe
yeah.
and Zoro, and that's it.
Bro, 3 episodes of One Piece is
Oh
like
yeah.
50.
So in my
I'm telling you.
opinion, that's going in mid. Nah, true. Like, what do you reckon, Cat? Like, where would you put Romance Dawn? Because I honestly don't really remember that much. Eh? It's either decent or mid, or good. I don't know. It's what you reckon, Adam?
Because I don't remember it that much, I'm gonna do mid. But the thing is, Luffy's introduction was alright, so
Yeah. Okay, I agree.
I don't know. Just yeah.
What about you, Cam?
I'll say just stick to mid.
We'll keep it at mid.
You reckon? I can put on decent if you want, but you just gotta give me a good reason why it should be indecent. Because I don't
I'm all
remember
good.
anything. You're good? Okay. Orange Town. Well, I'm gonna go straight away and say that shit was ass. I do not like
Orange?
Buggy. I'm a Buggy hater.
Luffy versus Buggy.
Buggy's like
That shit is ass, bro.
Fiction done him too much justice. That's the problem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay,
So,
wait, what happens? What happens in Orange Town? So, I think this is just when he meets Buggy, and then like he gets kidnapped in the tent or some shit like that.
They fight on the ship, and yeah, they fight on
Yeah.
the ship. That's what I remember.
Yeah. What do you
Oh,
reckon?
that fight was ass as well. Bro,
Yeah.
put it in
I
ass.
think it's gotta be ass, bro. Cam, bro, you're supposed to be
100%.
defending that, bro. Isn't this your shit, bro? aren't you a One Piece glazer?
No, that's Nicky, bro.
Alright, well, what's that? What's that you mean?
Nothing.
The
man.
realist. I
What is
appreciate the realism, man.
Oh, yeah,
well-
okay.
Like, because there's like so much happened like in the now gen compared to when Orange Sun first got produced, which is like back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's like,
So where should we put this then?
yeah.
In my opinion, it's gotta be an ass or mid.
Put it in ass, man. Put it in ass.
That shit's
That was
ass. Okay, Syrup Village. I
Yeah,
thought this
the
was
hell is
decent, honestly. Now this is when Usopp gets introduced. Remember, like he's
Oh, is that
like
the
he's
guy in
like
the suit as well?
yeah, Koro, right? The
Yeah,
guy with
yeah.
Freddy Krueger shit.
He was the decent villain, you know.
Yeah,
I'll
he was.
put in decent as
I would
well.
say decent. Like I actually thought it was alright. And then this is when he gets the boat as well, going Murray.
I actually
This is
really
like-
like this. Huh?
This
It
yeah,
was
so
actually good.
I
was a
think it
good
was
arc,
decent.
I'll say.
Yeah, decent or good?
Yeah, put it in decent.
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 What about you, Cam?
I would say it was pretty good in my opinion.
Pretty good. Okay, tell me
Yeah.
why.
Two
Tell me
pieces.
why it's good and not just decent.
or Kudo's what's it called? You know how the butlers, obviously you had the captain. But one thing,
Bachi and
yeah,
yeah.
the his co-workers.
So you're live action. They were co-workers.
Oh,
They
no. It's because I don't know what the word is. So you know how
his crew.
yeah, the crew. I didn't like his crew, but he was a mean villain.
No,
That's
I
what I was saying.
agree. Okay, no, I agree with that. So he was pretty cool. And like we
He was
also meet like the Usopp. You know how we find out he's a bitch ass liar and pussy nigga.
Yeah, the guy who cried wolf.
Yeah. And then like we
Oh,
also see Going Murray. So yeah, I agree. I think I'll put on good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was actually
What?
pretty.
It was good. I
Because-
actually
Now what the hell is this?
What?
Right.
Bro,
I think
Baratie,
the
bro.
list is
I
gonna be
think
messed up. We'll
this, in my opinion, is peak. I'm a
Wait, what is it?
I'm a Sanji Glazer, bro. Sanji's my
see.
favorite
Oh, John
character.
Krieg.
Baratie.
Bruh.
John Krieg, the best villain.
Hell
This is
no,
stupid.
bro. That shit was ass. He was ass. I just think, bro, Sanji is a Sanji, bro. He's my favorite character. So I'm gonna put
What's
him
that?
at
Mentor's name was it?
Because I'm also
What?
peak.
Nah,
I'm gonna
this
put him
is.
at peak, bro. This arc was peak. Bro,
So
like you know
Charlie,
how
What are
we
we
had like
talking about? Man?
what's that? You
What
got
were you
something?
saying?
You got something to say, Adam?
I
No,
have something to say. What?
Well, okay. Say your piece.
so justify. I know you're glazing him, but what made it so peak?
Well, my opinion. Well, bro, you know that scene when like that guy he came in like hungry, and then like nobody wanted to feed him, eh? And then Sanji's like, nah, fuck that. He didn't listen to any of those punks, and then he made the guy food, bro. He made the guy a meal, bro.
But
And
that's
then
the thing.
and then the guy was like, nah, like he was too stubborn, and Sanji's like,
Shall I tell you why?
you know, Sanji was
Shall I
like,
tell
nah,
you why
you
it's
eat
not
up,
peak?
bro. Otherwise, your future ends here, bro. You have no future if you die here. The bro just clicked. The bro just clicked. And he was like,
No.
he just gave his heart up, bro. He just started crying, and bro, that shit was mean. And then there's the
Because
other scene.
the thing,
What's that?
There was a massive reason why, because of Sanji and Ziff's backstory.
And the backstory. That's the reason why. Like, that's the reason why Sanji was like adamant. He was like, nah, fuck, eat, bro, because he understands what it's like to starve. You know what I mean?
That's what.
Bro, that's
So
why that scene was so peak. Like, bro. Yeah, see, that's another good point. Like the Zeph's backstory, how it links to that scene in particular.
On top of
can I say something?
Yeah.
You lot are glazing it too much.
also,
yeah. I'm just saying.
Right.
I will admit it. I'm a Sanji Glazer, bro. He's my favorite character.
Right, the thing is, Sanji's we will talk about him after. But
Yeah,
the thing is, you're gonna put this on the same level as we're gonna look at the other arcs. You're gonna put it at the same level of that. That's crazy.
Okay. That's a good point. So
I'll put it
I'll put it on the top of good.
Wait.
I'll put it on the top of good. No, that's a valid point.
That's
I-
right.
You can't put
Good point. I'll take it.
Baratie on the same like level as like what, like Marineford or Saboady.
So
100%.
So I agree with that. Yeah, it's good. It's the best.
I'm
Like
gonna
I'll put it in the
say
front.
I'm gonna
What's
say
that?
that was peak.
I quite like this little Discord.
I'm gonna say that it's peak. Because
I agree. So I agree.
Sanji?
It's,
But we gotta also remember that was the first time Zoro ever fought Mihawk.
bro,
Fighting the best on the sea
that was
at
not even a
Baratie?
fight, bro.
Yeah, but that's the
That
thing.
was
He-
like
That was a violation.
That was a joke. That was a violation, bro.
yeah, although it was a violation, look how early it was into it. You know, you gotta remember because this was back.
I am
Way
fuck
when
it,
it first-
bro. I'm putting it back on peak. I just remember the scene when
What is going on?
Nah, I
the
guess,
thing
bro. And also the end when Sanji was like, "Thank you, Zip." Bro, that shit was emotional, bro. I think that was
'Cause
the
remember-
first emotional scene that I actually really
The
liked.
next arc,
Like that was the first scene that hit.
is peak. That arc is
Arlong. Okay, let's talk about Arlong then.
Arlong. This is
For
peak.
now, we'll just leave
fiction,
Baratie on peak, yeah. But Arlong.
Right, Arlong Park, peak fiction. I'm talking about this
Nah.
right now. peak.
I don't
Hey,
think
Bro,
so. I don't think so. I don't think so.
We'll just leave that epic.
bro,
No. Okay, let me tell you why, man. Because I think it's overrated, man.
What's
Like
overrated?
the fights and Arlong are trash.
forget
Maybe
the fights. It's about the story.
yeah, I
The
agree.
story.
But the only good part to me was the scene where it's shown here. You know how like Nami was like stabbing herself, and then Luffy
Yeah.
was like, you know,
So
tell me you need help.
No,
That was a
Oi,
good scene,
say-
but other than that, I don't think it was a good. Like it was that good. Like it was just,
right. Let's
you know, it's not peak, in my opinion.
right. The reason why I think it's peak is because all the fights in One Piece are not that good. It's like
Yeah,
just back and forth.
true.
However,
Yeah.
Arlong Park, you got the world building, you got the character development, you got everything other than the fight. So
Hmm.
I'd have to put it in peak for that.
Okay. What about you, Cam? I don't think it's peak. It has a peak moment, but the arc itself was pretty mediocre in my opinion.
So I got my brother here, and he wants to say something.
Oh yeah, go for it, brother.
What?
Oh, boys, okay, I'm just looking at your what is it? Well, what's your guys' ratings there? Peak, good.
Peak,
Yep,
good, decent, mid, ass.
Okay, so I'll be honest. There's very few that will probably hit peak, but that was definitely good. Showed a lot of diversity. It also showed a bit of a tip in the power scale between humans and fishmen. It also showed how twisting the story can get, having Nami be a part of Arlong's crew, and then we don't even realize that she's a part of Arlong's crew.
Back in Baratie.
No, even while she's on his crew, she's not on his crew. But
Yeah.
then her own people,
Agreed.
she's doing it behind their back, thinking they don't know. And then they had to come out and let her know that they've known the whole time. You know? And now that he's hurt her this bad,
Yeah.
they're going to like literally put themselves on the line and defend her for the first time. So there was like a lot of aura moments, especially when it came
Yeah.
especially when
I
it came
agree.
to defending Nami when she was stabbing her. There's always those peak moments where the boys are just ready to battle. When they went to
100%.
Arlong Park,
Zora's boys
were sitting outside their gate, stopping the entire village, telling
Okay,
them,
you convinced me. You convinced me. I remember that. I agree. Yeah. Okay, I'll put that shit in peak. That shit is peak.
like we
Maybe
kind
I
of take
just-
for granted.
Maybe I just forgot these things because I think you convinced me, bro. I agree. I want to put it in peak then. Oh shit. What happened?
But you also got to remember about the whole arc, like not just what the characters did, but the whole arc.
Why the?
Because like you also got to remember, like while all of that was happening, the Marines came and they found out what Nami was
life of like trying to fight against the people that she's pretending to be with and pretending to betray her own people type of. There was so much twisting in that story, and it showed like probably the best writing of all of Romance Storm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I agree.
100%.
So moving on, Logtown. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about
Is that
Logtown?
Loguetown or Roguetown?
Oh,
What the hell is that?
oh, Roguetown. Roguetown. Huh?
Is it Roguetown?
It's like basically when they went to see where Roger died, right? And then
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Goldie Roger.
So what do you guys think?
That's when
about
you
this
see
song?
Smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smoker's
So-
introduced in this one.
I think it's good. I think it's good.
Um,
I'm not putting it higher because, like, besides
I barely remember it.
besides the scene where Dragon comes and saves Luffy, what else happens? Is there anything else?
That's the thing. I barely remember it.
So didn't
I'll put
So
it decent.
Zoro then again meets Kunisha.
he looked
And
Zoro
he-
did get it. Zoro did get into stuff, but like, bruh,
Oh, he did get the
and
sword. Yeah.
like, so it wasn't even that, like, you know. Like he did like do that, like he threw the sword up at the air and like to see if it'll stab him, and it didn't. So like it was like, oh, it's cursed, like you'll lose your arm, yada.
You also
And then
got to
he just,
remember
like-
going
Yeah.
against the 9 gun. and he had to shoot that little dolphin, and he hit through the middle of the crowd. Yeah, man, that was badass.
That was crazy.
What? Say that again. What happened? I don't even remember that.
So Usopp got challenged by a gunslinger, and he was known to be one of the best besides Usopp's dad, and he wanted to see.
It is filler, but it happened in the
It
anime.
was filler, but it happened.
Nah, you can't
I
count
don't-
filler,
I
bro.
don't
We're not.
remember that.
We're not counting filler because
I don't
I don't
remember
remember
that.
that.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I thought you were gonna. I thought you were talking about you know how one of Blackbeard's snipers guys. We also meet him in this arcade. The guy with the glass,
Barnacle.
the barnacle,
Yeah.
with the gun. We see him in this arcade, don't we? Right?
No, you
No,
see him
maybe not.
first ever see any of Blackbeard's crew and Jaya.
Ah, wasn't our Loguetown or Roguetown? I thought we see the sniper
No, it
guy
wasn't.
in. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, moving on.
No.
Reverse Mountain. I think that's with the dolphin thing, or
Is
the
that with
whale.
that's with the
The
whale.
whale.
That's with the whale.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was decent in my opinion.
Wally the whale.
Remember.
Yeah,
Anybody
put in
wanna
decent, put in decent.
refresh what happens in reverse? Because I don't remember.
So
Just
this mountain, they go up the mountain, they come into the beginning of the Grand Line, they meet Laboon and Crocus.
yeah.
Crocus was
Laboon. That's
the
Oh,
inside of
Crocus.
Laboon.
Crocus is like the old man, eh?
Yeah, he was
Well,
Roger's doctor.
Yeah, he was Roger's
Yeah,
doctor.
he was a
right?
doctor. He was
Yeah.
a doctor.
Okay. So, other than that, anything else that pops out? You want to mention?
Now the thing is, they were hyping. No, they were.
Baroque.
I also like this is like in hindsight. You know how Brooke and what's the
Oh
the
yeah,
whale's
Brooke
name?
and Laboon.
Like that
Laboon.
dynamic, like you don't even know at that time, but that's kind of crazy to think
Yeah,
about.
you don't realize
In hindsight.
significant.
You never
What's
knew away
the
from me.
what's the whale's name again?
Laboon.
Laboon. So that's cool, but otherwise it's
Laboon,
decent.
the
Whiskey Peak.
Oh,
I think this is when
What
you
the
meet
hell
when they meet
this is
Robin, eh?
you see the Baroque works in action.
Yeah, Baroque works.
Oh, this is the start of Arabastar.
Yeah. This is the start of the saga, Arabastar saga.
Yeah, the Arabastar saga.
So I think we also meet VVA, the princess, and
Nah.
the funny looking dude.
She actually comes in during the Laboon. They meet her inside Laboon for the first time. Her and Mr. I can't remember.
Mr.
No,
Two, Mr. One, Mr. One.
no, he's Mr. Like something like a high S number.
I
But they're
See,
partners
honestly,
at the time.
I don't even remember that. I thought they were
Yeah,
introducing
but
Whiskey Peak.
they take because that's when we get introduced to the lock post and they use the lock post to go to Whiskey Peak.
You're right.
And then Baroque works end up trying to get them all drunk, and then you see the whole island is like not even a cactus, they're just bloody grave spikes for everyone they've killed. And then that's where you meet all the Mrs. and Misters numbering days, whatever the fuck they.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
That's where they introduced some Robin as well.
Just one thing. What's Robin's one? Is she like Miss Sunday or Miss Monday?
Yeah, she Sunday.
Miss Sunday.
Miss Tuesday.
Okay.
Miss
And what
Tuesday.
about Vivi? What was Vivi? Miss Thursday?
She was.
I don't even know.
Was it Miss? Oh, flip! I can't
Wednesday.
remember.
Wednesday
no,
or
Miss
Thursday.
Valentine. Who was Miss Valentine? Was there a Valentine? I swear there
What
was a
the hell is a
Valentine.
Miss Valentine?
Nah.
No, there was a Miss.
Yeah, who was that? Anybody want to fact check that real quick? I'm pretty
I
sure.
believe one of the Mr. One's partner. Mr. One was their blade guy.
Ah, yeah. Oh, the one with the like
The middle fruit.
Yeah.
Blade
No.
fruit.
The lady though. I'm trying to.
Blade Logia.
Anyways, doesn't matter. Whiskey Peak. I think it was decent.
Yeah, put in
Decent.
decent. Put in decent.
Decent.
Yeah.
Little.
But a whole lot.
Little Garden. This is when the giants say we meet the giants,
Yeah.
like the Brogy and Brogy or whatever.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that
Brogy and Brogan.
what are the names?
Brogan.
Oh, right. I thought it was alright, decent.
It's the fighting for me.
This is when we meet the candle guy, eh?
Yeah,
They're in the forest.
The Waxman.
Then that.
Yeah.
Nah, honestly, bro, that fight was trash, bro. With
Put it in mid.
the candle
Put it
guy
in mid.
and Luffy, bro, that shit was trash.
Just in mid, man.
It's gotta be decent or mid.
Mid.
Miss Golden Week was probably like the best part of it.
I don't remember who Miss Golden Week is.
With the paint,
Mm.
she was pretty cool.
There was that. This is the start of Sanji. You know, with when he picked that alias, Mr. Prince. You know, when Crocodile, he was like, "What's going on?" And then he was like, "Whatever."
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Prince, bro. That
Was
shit
that
was
with the
made.
phone call?
Yeah, that was the phone call
Phone
moment.
call.
Yeah, that was when he made that alias Mr. Prince. But you know, low key, that's foreshadowing in the future how he's the actual prince.
Yeah.
Prince
Do you guys consider that? Because he's a prince, right? He's like what, a Vince Smoke? He's like one of the. So like that's low key of a foreshadowing moment of him.
Yeah,
I
that's
still think it's mid though.
Yeah, it was mid. Like that, I think that's the only scene I enjoyed of Little Garden. Just that one. Anyways, Drum Island. I think this was good or decent. It was like it's where they met. Fuck, what's
Chopper.
Chopper? Yeah,
Chopper.
Chopper. And then Dr. Crook. Is that his name?
No, Brooke was in Thriller Bark.
No, yeah.
That was Chopper and Wapo and
the guy who
Bull fella.
Oh, and they met that doctor, Dr. Korea.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck his name is.
I think it's decent. What do you guys reckon? This is also the moment that sticks out to me is like, you know how Nami was sick? Nami was sick, right? That was why they wanted to go to the island. And then Sanji, I don't know how, but he got knocked out. And Luffy literally climbed that mountain. And he had like what? Luffy, he had Sanji in one arm and he had Nami in the other.
Yeah, that was a goal.
Climbing. Bro, that shit was mean.
Yeah.
He was just climbing the hill.
Yep.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, put in. Yeah. I remember that.
You know, that was a good moment. That and the moment when Luffy shot the. I don't know, was it Luffy? When he protected the flag or some shit? The pirate flag?
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Nah.
Alright, decent it is then.
Yeah, put
Arabastar. I think
Arabastar.
Arabastar. What do you guys reckon?
I don't like this arc.
You reckon? Why?
I think it's mid. It's too dragged out. It's too dragged out.
I agree it's dragged out. I agree it's dragged out. But like, hey, that fight against Crocodile was cool though.
Nah, the bro drank water and he got better. How does that make any sense?
Nah, yeah, that don't make sense, bro. And like, hey, you know how this guy is struggling against Luffy, and then all of a sudden, like the later arcs, he's like, bruh, he's matching it out with like fucking, like like other top tier characters.
Yeah, a lot.
So like the inconsistency is there as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So what do you reckon? Mid?
I'll put it in mid.
Nah, I can't put it in mid. I'll put it in decent. What about you, Ken? What do you reckon?
The Arabastar arc, I'll speak for the bro. The Arabastar arc, I reckon, is pretty decent. You learn about the poneglyphs, like a lot of history about the world. You also get to see what it means to be like the royals of a nation, and how corrupt, how easily corrupt everything can get. Both sides of the coin, the royals and the peasants, and how just one man ends up ruining the entire country. But you've got a point with him being like real slack against Luffy, and then like trying to take on Whitebeard later on. That
that shit don't make sense, bro.
Yeah, no sense,
Oh,
man.
is
Nah,
You see,
yeah, no, but there's
what's
that, like, also, like,
yeah, you
I
see
want to bring
Ace
up,
in
like,
this arc.
oh, yeah, Ace. We also meet Ace, right? Are you
Ace,
sure it was the son?
yeah.
Yeah,
You,
that
you,
was.
you just see him, you know, you don't really get
That
to
was
see any of his
Alright.
potential.
Gee, fucking
Wow.
aura moment when they thanked
just
him and then they leave. Bro, that was mad aura. That was mad.
I gotta say
That's
their
it.
goodbye was pretty
They go buy was gangster.
but the fights were real, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, but
That was
hey,
it.
like,
Just for
I
Ace,
kind of like the conclusion of Arabastar, though. You know how, like, they were all
Yeah.
fighting and then it started raining? Because, like, the war was because they were, like,
That's what they
apparently
were
they
really
thought
wanting.
they were hogging the water. Like, that's what the people thought. Like, the
Yeah,
kingdom
they were
hogging the
using
water. Yeah. Or, like, yeah, using the whatever. And then when it started raining and everybody just stopped fighting, bro, that shit was low key kind of peak, low key. Like it
one
was
criticism that
a
I have,
oh,
one criticism that I have with One Piece in general, they give every side character a fight, so it drags the whole arc on for years and years.
yeah.
It's kind
They
of
just
like
need
his
to.
way
I
of
agree.
making the entire arc important, and the population of the people who belong to each island gives them a lot of relevance.
Mm.
But it drags the story on way too much.
I
Drags it on too long.
100% agree with you, Adam, bro. Like there's like pretty much like 80% of the fights don't even need to happen. It just
That's it. The
it's just
yeah,
dragging out the whole fucking arc, bro. Like, I agree.
yeah.
So what? Decent it is then.
Decent.
Jaya.
Just for Ace's moment, I'll put it in decent.
Yeah. Jaya. What do you
Jaya.
guys think about
What the
Jaya?
hell was that?
There's some beast aura moments in Jaya.
This is when
Especially,
Luffy smashes on Bellamy. Remember
yeah.
when Bellamy was talking shit? Then he's like they both went outside to just sort it out, and then Luffy just like one shots him.
Also,
Oh, is
Blackbeard pirates.
this when you meet Blackbeard?
Yeah.
Blackbeard.
This is when he meets
Yeah, yeah.
Blackbeard as well.
This has to. It has to be in good then. That was a good introduction.
And then we also because like you gotta remember like they were trying to get to Skypiea, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then,
And then the whole bar was
Yeah,
like laughing at them, and like that's why Luffy and
yeah, trying to tell them that the Sky Island doesn't exist.
doesn't exist. Yeah. Okay.
Because
Yeah, I reckon.
it actually starts like out in the ocean, and then the whole darkness, the lock post pointing upwards, the giants in the ocean, straight away
You know
was questioning.
those giants, like the silhouette, they were like the actual they were like people from up, right? That was just casting a shadow. It was just those fairy
of
dudes. I don't know. Yeah.
The Scorpions.
Yeah, the Skypians. So at the time we thought it was giants, but it was actually just them in the sky, like casting a shadow, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I reckon. Yeah, good. Skypiea. Now, a lot of people think this arc is trash. Why is that? Anybody want to tell me? Like, why do people think Skypiea is trash?
Right. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first, Adam. You go first, Adam. We'll let Adam go. Why do you think people think Skypiea is trash?
Basically, the arc was dragged on for time.
Too long, eh?
The thing with Skypiea, it has Enel is probably one of the best, I'd say, antagonists.
Yeah.
So I'd have to put it in decent.
Right. What about you, Cam?
I reckon this is the first time Luffy went up against the Logia.
Really? Nah.
Yeah.
Isn't Crocodile a Logia? Crocodile's a Logia.
Crocodile's a Logia.
What are you on?
Crocodile's a Logia.
There's this big fight against the Logia there.
His big fight against Crocodile, bro.
Oh,
He Luffy died, pretty much almost died twice, and then he won the third time.
I'll answer
against
for
Crocodile.
It's way too dense. The whole arc is way too dense. There's too much information. You've got to learn about the waivers. You've got to learn about sky clouds, the different densities. You've got to learn about like the different types of waivers. You've got to learn about these different races, the Skypeans. Then you've got to learn about the time skip and the true story of Nolan. It was way too dense, man, and too little was happening.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
It was because there wasn't enough action and there was too much storytelling. The problem was at the end of Skypiea. At the end of Skypiea, where everything kind of wrapped up, it gave so many good answers that you can't say that it was ass or mid.
Well, this is my opinion. I think Skypiea is good. I actually enjoyed it. Like, I would personally put it in good, but most people put it in decent or mid.
Yeah, I'll say it was decent because you get to understand that Luffy is following Roger's trail.
So like, okay, let me ask you guys a different question then. Like, what did you like the most in Skypiea? Like, what was your favorite moment or moments?
I liked the story of Nolan. That was a McKinnon.
What were you?
My favorite moment was probably, Luffy singing. That was my favorite moment. That's it.
Nah, to me, what was my favorite moment is that guy with one of the Skypeans. You know how he was just like he tanked the shit out of Ennies lightning.
Walker.
And then Walker, and that fella just stood there, bro. That guy just stood there like he didn't like like he just tanked that shit, bro. Not gonna lie, that shit was a raw moment, and it was like he was just like a side character, like he wasn't even important. He just didn't need to do that, but that shit was cold, bro.
Sanji using
Sanji did the same shit as well, bro. He's like, thanks for lighting my cigarette. And then he just found out. That shit was cool, man.
Yeah, they were mad aura moments. Favorite part, Zoro swinging.
What's that? What happened?
He's like, oh. That's what I would say.
What did you guys think about Enel versus Luffy, the last fight? I thought it was a bit cap, bro. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was a bit cap.
No, it made sense.
I get that he's brother, but like, nah. I don't know, man. It just didn't feel right in.
Those carts that they used, they could ride on clouds. That was fucking gangster.
Yeah, the Weavers.
Yeah, I like. I was like, that's where you see creativity, and like you don't know what to expect when they go to their next arc. Like, if they're gonna have something in the sky, what's gonna come next?
Because those dials practically created a whole brand new technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And like, it's like how creative like One Piece can get, and that was ages ago. Like when Skypiea dropped.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think we've talked enough about Skypiea. Long ring, long road. I thought this arc was filler, man, low key. Was this actually canon? Like manga?
I don't remember that shit.
It was like this guy was trash.
If anything, that was more the O'Hara arc.
Roxy Pirates, say it. Is this the Roxy Pirates? With the beam fruit or whatever? I think it was middle ass. That shit was ass.
Put it in ass. Move on.
Ass. Water 7, bro. In my opinion, Water 7 is peak.
Like
straight away, we'll put it all the way in the front. I think this is probably my third favorite arc in One Piece.
Water 7.
This is like
the brand new power skill.
No, this is when the argument happens. When
Gear 2.
Remember when Usopp and Luffy was starting to get on each other's nerves, and they had that fight as well.
Yeah.
Bro, that moment was peak, bro. Peak.
Yeah, this arc was peak. I'd say that. Gear 2 as well. Gear 2. What a moment.
Gear 2. Did it happen in this arc? I thought it was Ennies Lobby.
He fought Rob Lucci.
And Gear 2.
Ennies Lobby is the one after.
No, but when did he use Gear 2? And what is that?
The ball guy, the door.
Oh yeah,
no, that was Ennies Lobby, bro. That's Ennies Lobby.
No. Gear 2 on Bluno.
Blue Note.
Yeah, that Blue Note. Yeah, but that was Ennies Lobby though, wasn't it? When he used Gear 2.
Was it right?
Nah, it was not Water
Put it
7.
in
It wasn't
put
Water
it
7.
in decent.
Nah, but this arc was peak. So there was the, you know how the Usopp and Luffy moment in the boat where they were like arguing, and it was like Luffy was about to tell him to like piss off basically, and then Sanji
Oh,
smashed
this
him.
is the
Yeah, and Sanji kicked
Frankie
him in the face, and it was like,
as well.
bro, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
And then they had that falling out fight, and then Usopp lost. Bro, Usopp was taking hours that arc, eh?
King.
And even even before that, which made him feel miserable, was because he got beat up before that, right? Remember? He got beat up in the street. He lost his money. He lost his money, right?
Yeah.
And then the bro went back to go get the money, and he got beat up again.
Because the queue was broken.
He got beat up like 3 times this arc.
Deserved it.
That shit was crazy.
But then the reveal of Suzuki.
Yeah.
But that was in.
That was in
The beginning.
Ennies Lobby though.
Yeah. Which is where we are now. In his
Okay,
lobby.
what about the Sanji moment, like where he's like, a man should always forgive a woman's lies. What do you think about that?
I think he was capping.
I think that's like, that's just Sanji, bro.
He's a simp.
Nah,
He's a
it's not simp, bro. It's just like, bro, he gives a woman every opportunity to repent, basically. That's a real gentleman, bro.
Running one.
I've only one.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh.
Well, anything? What about anything else you want to add, Adam, from this arc?
I wouldn't put it in peak. I wouldn't put it in peak though. That's the only thing. I'd put it in good. I wouldn't put it in peak.
Why not? Man? Okay, let me keep telling you more then. So
Because
we also
I'm telling you.
This is when now this is when Robin left too. Remember? This is like the moment where like the whole crew was breaking apart. So like Usopp,
Nah, but you knew they were gonna
Usopp,
come back,
Luffy
though,
were
that's the
fighting.
thing.
Robin disappeared. Like everything was just going like as like terrible for them. This is the first time where the Straw Hats like
Nah.
had internal conflict.
Oh, gentlemen.
And then there's also
I'll just show you.
what are you guys doing?
I'd say it's the best arc over there. However, the next arc
Yeah.
surpasses it like way more. So I wouldn't
okay.
put it in all the way in peak, like right at the top.
That's gross.
Okay. Now I mean we can always put the next one in front, right? So there's so much happens with Water 7, bro. It's definitely peak. Okay, Ennies Lobby.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ennies Lobby?
And put that all the way at the top. All the way.
Okay, and here's my hot take. I didn't like Ennies Lobby. In my
That's
opinion.
cap.
Honestly, I'll tell you why. Because like Ennies Lobby ending was trash. I didn't like it. So like you know how when the Going Merry, right? The Going Merry just comes out of nowhere. I get that it got directed by the fucking currents or whatnot, and then they just like disappeared. Like they just get away from a Buster Call and all that shit. All of that shit's going on. They just disappear. Like there was like literally almost no stakes to that. It was just like a happy ending type shit.
No,
To me, when an arc ends like that, to me it just ruins the whole arc for me. Like that's why I think it's good at least. I will not put it in peak in my opinion.
Maybe, but the thing is, like the moments before that, they were all
true.
peak.
There were some good peak moments. So like the
whole
flag one where there was
whole time.
Mm.
The flag, the fights, and then the Buster Call. You talked about that as well. So you see like what a Buster Call actually is.
Robin's
it's just like
backstory as well.
Yeah, there are hard demons.
Yeah, that was a good that was probably the best backstory in One Piece in my opinion. So far, from what
that's why it has to be in peak.
I think Robin has
it
the
has
best.
to be in peak.
Nah, that ending was trash, bro. Like it just can't be peak. I didn't like the ending.
Speaking about trash, that next arc is trash.
Thriller Bark.
All
Yo, that shit was
That
ass.
is straight.
Okay, I'll agree for now, but I will not put it in front of Water 7. Water
Wait,
7 to me
Yeah,
is
put it
better.
in.
Water 7 is better than Ennies
Bro,
Lobby. Fight me.
I'll accept that if
Anyways,
you put Thriller Bark at the bottom.
what was everyone's
Yeah.
favorite part of Water 7?
definitely the Luffy and Usopp argument. That
So
has
what was everyone's favorite part of Ennies Lobby? Sorry, that was the question.
Ennies Lobby, probably like when Luffy asks Robin to ask him to save her. To me, that has to be right by default.
And when he asks her what she wants,
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
ask me to save you, and she's like, save me.
yeah, I want to.
I want to live. Yeah, and like that happens
Yeah.
like after the backstory, the way like that guy was like, what's it, Jaguar?
Mm.
It's like going out and find friends, bro. That shit was sad, bro. Go out and find friends. Like, you're not meant to be alone in this world.
I'm talking about Soul. Yeah, Soul Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was a
Now
peak moment, but bro, that ending was just dog shit, bro. I did not like the ending. Anyways, moving on. Thriller Bark, straight ass. Straight away. Nothing good happens all the way to the end. Nothing good happens. Nothing.
What's his name? Geki?
Bro, that arc gets carried by the Zoro moment. Literally. Nothing else happens.
Yeah.
Any disagreements? It's ass.
It's annoying that like the anime really downplayed it because of censorship. Because in the manga, Thriller Bark was crazy good.
Yeah.
But like I can't explain that to you guys because you won't understand because you've seen the anime. And in all honesty, nothing happened. It was the mimetic reason why Thriller Bark is a
Yeah,
thing.
that's the only reason why I remember Thriller Bark, bro. Like literally, that arc was so hard to watch. I think I gave up watching One Piece and Thriller Bark. I stopped watching it and then I came back months later.
I fell asleep watching
That's how bad Thriller Bark was. It just put me off.
Here's my hot take. I reckon it's pretty good.
Nah, hell no.
You see the drama.
Nah.
Straight ass.
Hell no. That shit is ass. It's standing ass. Not like okay. Like the moment when what's his name? Kuma. When Kuma comes in, straight peak. But like, you just can't forget all the fluff that happened before, bro.
Okay, so except for the fights, what about Brock and his crew? The story they went through, all of that.
Nah, that was cool. I agree. That was good. Like that was good. But like, bro, come on. There was that whole what do you call it? The whole scene with the hippo and the marriage shit, and then the fucking
all that fluff.
The kitty, like the kitty fucking teddy bear shit, like, bro. That shit was all ass, bro.
What about the fight against Geki and Moria? What part was that?
Was mid, bro. That shit was mid.
Moria was the worst person
bro,
I've ever seen in my
Gecko
life.
Moria was not only looks like the worst character design I've ever seen, but like his whole demeanor was just trash, bro.
Okay, then what?
He had AIDS.
Well, he is Fishman. So
what are your thoughts about Nightmare Luffy?
That was cool. I liked it. That was good.
Nah, I never liked it. Gear 2 was better. Gear 2 was better.
Nah, it was cool. Like it was a cool concept, but he just like absorbed all the.
Get that form.
How did he? Like he got like people's energy, from the forest or some shit. If I remember.
No, so what happened was in Thiller Bark they were all collecting shadows.
Yeah.
And the moment
Gecko was collecting
Gecko and there were the others, right? And then they put like 150 shadows of like.
No. So what happens is Gecko takes your shadow, puts it into a corpse. The corpse becomes the you.
Yeah.
And then, should you ever end up in light and portray a shadow that doesn't exist, you begin to disintegrate.
Yeah.
And that's the law. That's the law of Gecko's power, which I reckon is pretty mean writing because they end up on a shrouded cloud, not realizing that the entire island is just Gecko's ship.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Their whole Thriller Bark Island, that is Gecko.
Yep.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's
Also,
still ass. That's cool, but it's still ass. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
family for the first
Yeah.
time.
now. The next arc, Sabaody.
Oh,
This is my favorite arc in One Piece. What?
Get
What?
Thiller Bark out of there. Put it in.
no.
Hey,
Oh,
how
I'm
now?
spoken.
Thiller Bark is staying in
Leave
ass,
it
bro.
there. Leave it there.
Ass.
It made me rage quit watching One Piece, so I cannot forgive Thriller Bark for that. It's
I fell
ass.
asleep watching Thriller Bark. That's how crap it was.
Bro. If only there was another tier under ass. Should be like more ass. I'll put that in.
Nah. Yeah, how do you do that to Pink Saki?
Well, anyways, Sabaody, bro. This is my favorite arc in One Piece. This is
Sabaody
better
was
than
peak
this is
fiction.
better than Marineford, in my opinion. It clears Marineford actually. This is like what?
Wouldn't go that far.
This is when Luffy smashes what do you call those
Dragon.
monkeys again? The
The Imagine
celestial
Dragon.
dragons, yo,
The
and
Imagine
then
Dragons.
that causes like the admiral, like Kizaru, to just rock up and like handle shit, bro. That shit was so peak, bro. And this is the first time where we see the Straw Hats get their ass handed to them, like they got like badly ass whooped, bro. They just got like smashed on.
They got
That was the first time I actually like thought that the Straw Hats would die. Straight up, like I know they wouldn't, but it just felt like it. Eh? And then
got really
Kuma,
high in that arc.
the stakes just went through the roof, bro.
Yeah.
Factory.
But yeah. And then we also meet
It's about
the other worst generations, like Law, Kid,
Law and Eustace Kid.
Eustace Kid, yeah. And the other
Useless
ones.
Kid.
Apu. Sora.
Gee, not gonna lie, Kizaru
Bunny was in this one as well.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Bunny.
Bonnie. Oh yeah, Bonnie, yeah.
Yeah. They were all there.
Yeah. This is like
Was Aokiji in this one?
Nah.
Oh, he wasn't. Was it just Kizaru?
Nah, it was Kizaru. Yeah, just only Kizaru.
Oh, okay.
And then now we also meet Rayleigh as well, eh?
Yep.
When Rayleigh saved Zoro.
Conquerors as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was like,
yeah. I think this is the first time we see hockey, eh? Is it? Sabaody? This is the first time hockey was a thing.
No.
That's one of the
Shanks was the
What I realized,
Wasn't that Shanks?
the real end of Ennies Lobby was meeting Garp and seeing Kobe and Helmeppo again.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
forgot
how
about
far
that.
they break the door, he just came in. And then they found out that Garp was
No, sorry, I was just backtracking.
Nah, yeah.
I was just saying.
I remember the scene. Yeah, that was funny. When he just said, when he just told everyone that Dragon is his son and Luffy is his grandson. I don't know. Like a dumbass. That fella just doesn't give a fuck, eh? He just says whatever.
I've got a controversial take on whether or not Dragon is Garp's son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, but no. Because he's never ever said that Dragon was a son.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has.
Nah, what he said is that Luffy is the child of my child.
So that could be his
The only thing I can say is he does not look like Garp, that's all. But otherwise, I do think that's his son. I'm pretty sure that, like, he straight up just says Garp is Dragon is my son. Like, I'm pretty sure he just says it like a couple times.
See?
Anyways.
It's a big Dragon. And then Garp. That's what. I don't want to bring the version.
Yeah, but I saw. Yeah, don't worry about us. What's the next one?
Amazon Lily. I think this show was decent. Low-key would put it in mid, but yeah, let's put it in mid. Unless you guys want to convince me otherwise, I think it was mid.
The only thing that was good was seeing Boa Hancock, and that's it.
Low-key, yeah. She is a baddie.
Her personality.
But look at her freaking forehead, though. It's even bigger than Robin's, bro. That's a
Sakura forehead.
Sneaky on dick, bro. That was cracked up.
bro. She is low key a pedo. I don't know if I can say that without getting cancelled on here, but I don't care.
It doesn't matter, man. She is.
Yeah. How old is she? Like what? 20? Like 20s, 30s? Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. Anyways. Impel Down.
Impel Down.
What the
Put that in good or peak.
Good or peak?
What's this for?
Impel Down.
Impel Down.
Oh, that's peak. That's peak.
Nah, I don't agree. I think it's good.
So I said forward.
I would.
Tell me why Impel Down was not peak.
Oh, okay. First off, it wasn't hype. Like for me, it's gotta be hype for it to be peak. I don't think there's anything in Impel Down that was hype.
Okay.
Like
totally didn't need. I'm breaking wood. Okay. Continue.
The only thing that I liked in Impel Down was seeing Luffy overcome the poison shit. That was a good moment.
Yep.
When he was when he was like literally screaming his ass and on death's door. That was a good moment. Otherwise,
yeah. And he was like,
yeah.
I like the crocodile part was alright.
Oh
he came out and started helping.
Yeah.
That was alright.
Cool. That was cool.
But it wasn't there wasn't any amazing moments.
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean. That's why it's not peak. Yeah, the only amazing moment is the Luffy one. Like that's the only thing that.
That's it.
Yeah,
there was nothing groundbreaking.
There's nothing else.
You can't put it in peak.
Yeah, it's not peak.
This is why I hate the censorship of anime compared to knowing what happened in the manga and then fully understanding what Impel Down really is. So Luffy sneaks into an unbreakable prison of 4 floors.
Yeah.
Just eventually find out it's way more complex than that. The highest floor is literally a prison where everybody is and is being guarded. The floor beneath it is a world of spikes and stairs. He meets Buggy. This becomes some writing gold where Buggy is the perfect person to have for this escape. Now, the intention is for Luffy to get Ace the fuck out of their prison.
Yeah.
So he's got to save his brother. He goes and fights his whole way all the way down. Remember, Magellan is ridiculously powerful as well. We can't really put him out.
Yeah.
He goes through quite a lot of shit, and if anything, if there's any person in the Navy that is dangerous or the most dangerous person, Magellan is the highest tier.
Yeah.
The
poison guy.
Yeah. Now, then you end up into the area where it's dry as fuck, the desert, because this whole thing is a melting pot, right? Impel Down, it's just a big cooking pot, and then beneath that is the insulated frozen land, and then beneath that is the 5th level. And Luffy went all the way down there, fought his way, got to where Ace was, met Jinbei. Ace wasn't there. So he practically succeeded the mission he wanted to do, and now the motherfucker has to escape while they know he's in there. His escape becomes quite peak, but it's real ridiculous because he gets fucked up by Magellan, goes through a state of becoming immune to poison through, Ivanka healing him and shit. Finding out Ivanka, this miracle doctor, that we've been spoiled from way back in Drum Island, is this bloody trainee looking fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then learning that he's related to Luffy in some way through Dragon.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's got all of these prisoners, bro, and then it becomes their mission to get the fuck out of Impel Down. He successfully escapes an unbreakable prison and frees everyone that matters. Now, Blackbeard comes in afterwards, takes all the fucking credit, steals the worst motherfuckers, and that becomes the beginning of Marineford.
Well, I guess like the plot itself is actually really, really good. Like I would say peak, but I think there was just a lot of. I think it was a
Fluff.
pacing probably and fluff. Yeah, pacing and fluff just made it like so hard to watch in my opinion. But yeah, you make some good
I
points.
thought and like just give everyone.
Nah,
It's not.
I would not put it in peak. There's no for it to be peak. It has to be like hype. There's gotta be some like some hype moments. You can't just say it's
Like the
peak,
next
bro.
arc.
It's not peak. But I agree that there's a lot happening in Impel Down, like Luffy
Good, it's
breaking
good.
in,
Yeah.
Luffy trying to escape, Blackbeard coming in, the lead up to Ace getting executed, all that, Jinbei. Anyways, Marineford, we already know that's going in peak, but
Top of peak.
well,
Yeah, who wants
in
to
my
go
opinion, it's not better than Saboady. To me, Saboady is better than Marineford. Mainly because, in my opinion, Marineford has a lot of fluff, like a lot of like
Right.
fights that we don't care about. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like
We
Marineford,
care about
Saboady to me it was a straight peak. Like everything about it was just fire.
Right.
You guys wanna
Should we go
push back on that?
Shall I?
No, we can keep talking about Marineford, but in my opinion, like the best moment in One Piece happens in Marineford, like in my opinion. So the Shanks when he just rocks up and just like tells everybody,
No,
yo,
that was
watch out. You just checked everybody, bro.
Rush. Let me go because
Yep.
I need to talk about Whitebeard, the
Okay.
greatest character in One Piece, right here. Right. So
Okay.
this arc basically showed his power levels. It showed the power scaling where he could destroy the world. We learned that first.
Yeah.
And then we saw Luffy jumping down. We saw him use Conqueror's Haki. That was another moment. Then we saw Ace die. We saw him get turned into a donut. That was another peak moment. We saw Garp nearly lose it.
Yep.
And then when Garp nearly loses it, when he was about to go crazy, then we know that this is getting real. And then we saw Whitebeard's final speech, and that was the icing on the cake. Greatest moment of all time.
Now it might I think Shanks moment's better than that, but okay.
No. Shanks is a rat. Forget Shanks.
Nah, I mean I agree. Like Whitebeard he was such a badass. Like it's crazy how he didn't have a single scar on his back. He was just like
He done it with cancer as well.
he took
Remember
everything
that?
he took everything head on, like face, like
He's kind of behind the line.
he always protected his back basically.
Yeah.
It's a sign of
This
never
brother
retreat.
That's
Brace it from the speakers.
What about the Mihawk is a fraud allegations? Because like a lot of questionable Mihawk moments happen in here. First off,
he was
why the
just
hell
looking
is
around.
Mihawk struggling against Vista? This whatever dude.
I honestly think like anytime Mihawk isn't trying, he's just like gagging for attention. You know, he's if he did try, we all know it would have been over. But otherwise, if he wasn't fighting someone, he couldn't analyze what Luffy was doing.
That's it. He's playing around.
Yeah, he's just.
Bro, he was not playing around. He was sweating, bro. That boy was sweating. And also, he was like, when Shanks pulled up, he just like, nah, I'm good. I didn't agree, bro. I didn't agree to fight Shanks. Like, man.
Was this?
He
this
is
was
not the
arc
strongest
where we
swordsman, bro. It's Shanks.
So,
I'm just saying that now. He is not the strongest swordsman. Shanks is stronger.
And in their perspective, him not fighting Shanks, it's a honor-bound agreement between each other. Mihawk refuses to fight Shanks now that Shanks only has one arm.
Even with Wano, I think he used to check his ass.
Well, that's the thing. Shanks also had it admitted that even with both his arms, it was very difficult for him to fight Mihawk.
Okay,
so they couldn't.
Where do you stand? Who is stronger, Shanks or Mihawk? Let's just get that out of the way right now.
Hands down, you guys need to understand the ability of observation haki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Shanks is known as the
Like,
god
the goat.
of observation haki.
Yeah.
The problem is we don't know the limits of Mihawk's observation haki. And I've said this to Cam before, is why the fuck does Mihawk always end up exactly where he needs to be? You think about it, how did Mihawk find Shanks when he gave Luffy Shanks Luffy's poster?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it wasn't like the poster got posted that day, and Mihawk found Shanks that afternoon. Shanks, like, how did he know where Shanks was? So obviously Mihawk has some type of observation haki that could possibly.
Didn't Mihawk say that he heard that Shanks was there? It wasn't that he used observation haki. He just knew Shanks was there.
That could be an excuse because you really look at all of Mihawk's movements. He's always exactly where he wants to be. For example, he was at his castle when Zoro showed up there.
Mm-hmm. That was Kuma though. Kuma, like, that was just his house. Like, isn't that just his crib? Doesn't he just live there and then Kuma sent his ass there? Just train basically.
Yeah. So he owns that whole island.
Yeah.
But he's never there when he doesn't want to be. Who the fuck would want to hang around with Perona?
Fucking no one.
No, Perona just got yeeted there too by Kuma. I don't know why Kuma sent her there too. Yeah, remember? It was in Thriller Bark. Remember?
Yeah.
She just got yeeted.
Yeah.
No.
No, he sent her to Mihawk's island. Mihawk wasn't there.
Okay. Wait, we don't even know that though. Like, how do you know that Mihawk wasn't there when Perona got sent there?
But that's what I mean. Is like there's not enough information being sent in the anime compared to the manga.
To be honest, I don't really get your point. Like, there's I don't agree with that. So you're basically saying that Mihawk, you thinking Mihawk potentially has better observation haki, right? That's what you're saying?
No.
Because he happens to be in the same place at the right time, or at the right place at the right time.
I feel
that's all speculation.
Yeah, that's speculation, bro. I call bullshit on that, bro. I don't even understand where this is going.
Observation haki is limited to where he is, or what's gonna happen.
I just call it plot.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Just theory.
Okay, wait. So you gotta tell me yes or no, bro. Is Shanks stronger than Mihawk?
No.
No. Okay. What about you, Adam?
Yes.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Based on feats, bro. In my opinion,
that's it.
Shanks is greater than Mihawk. I don't care what you say.
Bro,
Let's put Mihawk in the same situation as Shanks. Is Mihawk stopping the war?
Okay.
No.
I've got a question, right?
Shanks stopped it. Debate over.
Hawkeye. Mihawk, right? Strongest swordsman in the room.
Okay, according to what people say, yes, he is the strongest. But okay.
No. Listen. So, Mihawk, strongest swordsman in the world. When was Shanks the strongest swordsman? When?
Wait, help me out, Adam. What's the title? Is there a title for Shanks? What's Shanks' title? Is he like the
strongest?
His title is God of Observation of Observing Haki.
Yeah.
But is that his actual title? Like in the world of One Piece? Not just like from fans. Like, what's his actual title?
No, that's the title Oda has given him.
Yeah.
He's the God of Observation Haki.
That's why Katakuri's.
Okay.
But he's widely considered that though. That's because people know it.
No, I think it's just clout, bro. Like, Mihawk just has the clout of being the strongest swordsman, but I don't think he is the strongest swordsman.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like,
nothing wrong with it.
Because like people think of Shanks, I think the world of One Piece, when they think of Shanks, they don't think he's a swordsman. They think he's just like a tough dude with haki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, he's known for haki, not because he's got a sword. But like I would say, because Mihawk uses a sword mainly, that's why he's got that title, the strongest swordsman, because he's a sword main. Whereas Shanks is a hockey main. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Shanks
Like
is stronger.
Roger and Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Like that.
So
That's cool
I
because
think that's a perfect example. I think Odin is a better swordsman than Roger, but Roger would check his ass. You know what I mean?
That's
Even though Roger uses a sword as well.
the
You know what I
wine
mean?
even
departure.
Whitebeard.
You know what I mean?
Whitebeard used the sword. He
Am
was
I
the world's
cooking?
strongest.
Am I cooking? Nah,
Yeah,
well, that's just my opinion. That's
Cooking
what it is. Anyways,
yeah.
I think we already know Marineford's peak.
Yep.
How about you guys reckon Saboody's better than Marineford though?
Yeah.
I think it
Marineford
is.
is way better.
Nah. I think Saboody's better.
Marineford.
Nah. I think Marineford. Personally, I think it's up there, but I think there were some parts where I was bored. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all on preference.
With
So I
Sabaody,
prefer
it was a
Marineford.
straight fire all throughout.
For me, Marineford was straight fire throughout. I'd say that.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. Return to Sabaody. I think this is like the time skip,
Oh,
eh?
yeah.
This is a time skip, right?
Before the time skip.
Yeah.
That was good.
Fishman.
Put it in good.
No, that was
Fishman.
the time skip. This is when.
Yeah, it was the main time skip.
Okay.
Oh, you're
So
talking about
it's when they come back.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, is that Return to Sabaody?
What's that?
yeah, that's the beginning of Fishman Island.
Oh yeah. Return to Sabaody is the beginning of Fishman Island.
Yeah.
Wait,
Decent.
Island.
I think it was decent. Like nothing.
there were quite oral moments in that, bro.
Like what?
Which ones?
Is that
Zoro on the wrong.
Trafalgar.
Zoro on the wrong. Straight off the bat.
I mean, that was a funny moment. Come on, man. Stop playing. Like, it was just funny. Like,
from the bar.
The fake straw hats.
The fake straw hats.
Luffy doing conquerors for the first time. Like properly.
that was cool.
Fucking
Like,
all the Kumas.
Nah,
What were they?
it was decent though. Like, come on.
Oh, the Pacific.
Well, pacifistas. That's when they went to do.
Yeah, Luffy like literally one tap the man.
Maru.
Yeah. What else happened?
No, that was pretty much it. And
then they moved.
And one thing.
The Rush Generation.
Kuma.
When they were trying to.
Remember when Kuma was like, when Frankie turned up and then Kuma was like, okay, my job is done. And then the bro was like fucked up basically.
He protected the Sunny for that long.
Yo. That's kind of crazy. Kuma has to do it. Why didn't Rayleigh do it?
He defended it.
That's crazy, bro. Rayleigh was just chilling while Kuma was like getting messed up.
Oh, well, we gotta remember, like, Kuma was doing it. He was losing the last of his mentality, and he was doing it on behalf of Dragon.
Yeah.
They turned bro into a slave, man. That's racism.
That's actually one thing One Piece really does a lot, Like racism shit.
They do. Yeah.
Like, bro, there's a lot of arcs where it's based on racism, bro.
Fishman Island.
Like so many arcs are surrounded about like racism or slavery.
Problems to the story.
Yeah, it's like one of the main themes or some shit. Anyways, Fishman Island. I think it was mid.
No. Put it straight. Put it below mid. Put it in ass right there. Put it
Bro,
next
honestly,
to Thriller Bark.
what's the shark guy's name?
Holy Jones.
So ass. No, is that? Oh yeah, Hody Jones. And what about the other one who's the axe? The guy who throws axes.
Yeah.
Bro, they were the worst dual villains of all time, bro. They were straight ass.
So crap. It was the worst.
Now the thing is, I wouldn't put it in ass because unlike Thriller Bark, it was like there were some peak moments. So like you know how the Luffy used Conqueror's Haki and he knocked out like 20,000 people. That was a high moment. That was peak. So I can't put an ass. And then you have the Noah. You know how they explain like the Noah would do will have some importance for Joy Boy and all that shit, and then
Oh yeah,
you find out
Joy Boy.
what's her name, the Kurobish, whatever,
Yeah.
Haratoshi, the princess. She's like literally one of the
Vivi.
the powers. What do you call it? The weapons.
No, he sees whales of laboons, right?
Oh yeah.
And then that's when it comes out. Oh, I had this whale friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is what's her name? What's the princess name? Do you guys remember?
Mermaid.
Shirahoshi. Yeah. She's like one of the weapons, eh? Like she's Poseidon basically.
Shirahoshi. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ice Poseidon.
Mm. Anyways, yeah, I think it's mid. Moving on.
But I'm surprised you put it in mid though, because
Why?
you like Sanji and he got dogged in that arc. He got destroyed.
Nah, yeah, but I mean,
So I'm surprised at that.
nah, wait. When did Sanji get dogged on? I don't
Remember
remember
he
that.
was
Didn't
he
he?
was nosebleeding. He was nosebleeding the whole
Nah,
time.
yeah. That was when his
Yeah.
fucking his yeah. I don't like that about Sanji's character, but it's whatever. With Sanji's
Yeah.
writing, I just like it. Anyways, Punk has it. I think it was decent. What do you guys think?
That was Trafalgar Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was good, decent.
I'd put it in decent. It can't be good.
Mm.
It's not Impel Down level. Never.
Mm.
Isn't that when Paul just slices the whole factory?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
We learned about
And
Aokiji versus Akainu as well in that one.
yeah. How basically their fight caused the environment to be hot and cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the underrated moment from that is the Monet moment. Remember when she was like dying? Yo, and then Doflamingo was like, "I need you to die for me," and then she's like, "For sure, like yes." And then she had that speech about Doflamingo being the Pirate King, and then that OEC hit, bro. That's an underrated moment. I don't see anyone talking about that. You guys remember the scene? You know what the scene I'm talking about?
Nah, I don't.
Oh wow.
You just did it yourself.
No, but I'm saying, do you remember? Like, does that? And then the moment when Monet was like, when she was trying to destroy the island, stop Luffy and them from escaping.
Was she the
And then
black chick?
and then Law. No, Monet is the lady
Purple.
with the wings.
Purple.
The wing lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when she was about to destroy the factory, but then I think it was fucking Caesar. Caesar stabbed the heart, but that heart was actually her heart and not Law's.
Well, I barely remember that.
Anyways, moving on. Dressrosa. I think it was peak.
That was
peak, right?
That was the first peak time skip arc. First peak.
Yeah, I agree. And it's gotta be here, in my opinion.
Oh, it's tough.
I feel like the redemption of Bellamy was massive. The return of Saboody was huge.
Yeah.
Bro, there was no redemption of Bellamy, bro. He ended up betraying again.
Whoa.
There was barely any redemption. He literally just fought Luffy at the end too, and he just fucking got his ass kicked.
Yeah, but I feel like
there was no redemption. He just went back to square one.
The whole time was him. He was more fighting Luffy out of respect rather than what's it called?
He was fighting Luffy because he was a bitch, bro. Because Doffy just checked his ass, bro. Doffy checked his ass. If he really respected him, then why listen to Doffy? He was just...
I remember Doffy's the master manipulator.
That's true.
That's what he done.
But
Doffy was like one of Doffy's generals, so Luffy had like a loyalty problem with that, but he also respected Luffy all of a sudden throughout that whole arc.
But he respected Luffy because he got his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked, that's why.
But when he fought Luffy again, he had hoped that they would have became friends, but You remember when Luffy fucked Bellamy up again? Dofi was gonna come over and like rape them completely, and Luffy protected him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was peak. It was kind of like the making of forgiveness of an enemy type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, basically.
Yeah, and then like the whole Dofi's generals, they had some pretty peak powers, man. But
Wasn't this Gear 4 as well? Gear 4 got introduced.
That's when we see Gear 4 for the first time, eh?
Snake Man and One Man.
No, it wasn't Snake Man. It was only Bounce Man. Snake Man was in Whole Cake.
The
Whole Cake.
Anyways,
oh yeah, that was Katakuri.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Anyways, you know my favorite side character in One Piece is in this arc. You know the soldier guy? What's his name again?
Soldier.
Yeah, the toy soldier. The father of the princess.
Yeah. I remember him.
He's like, I think he's like the best written side character in One Piece, bro. He's like,
I wouldn't go that far, but
I forgot his name.
I wouldn't go that far,
bro. Like, you know, like there's two sides to the story. It's like the side of like where he's a toy soldier, but then you don't even realize that he's actually like the husband of
he
the
was
princess.
a real human.
He was a real human. So like,
yeah,
if you just count on like one side of his story, like that alone is like, you know, there's so much lore. There's so much lore around that character, and it's just crazy. Like in my opinion, he's clearly the best side character in One Piece.
No.
Like
you don't go that far.
No, I mean like not like side character, like minor. So there's I would say major side characters.
Minor character.
Yeah, minor characters. Yeah. So like a major side character is like what Law,
Whitebeard,
whatever, Whitebeard. But like a minor character is like Monet,
Observation,
and all these other guys.
Yeah.
So I would say that guy is
observation, eh?
That's where Usopp finally hones in on his observation haki, and rather than be able to know, he ends up having like magnifying.
Yeah, like
he becomes Sniper King in this one.
What's that?
Does he become the Sniper King in this one? Which one's that?
Oh no, you mean Soga King? Soga King was in Ennies Lobby.
Yeah.
That was in Ennies Lobby.
Oh, that was in Ennies Lobby.
Yeah, that was when he started that persona. Because remember in Water 7, he was embarrassed, so he hit his face.
He scopes into his own haki. That's all I was saying.
Alright. What did you guys think of the what?
Oh no.
Oh wait, what was your favorite moment in Dressrosa?
The ending. Finally, my favorite part.
The Colosseum.
Yeah, the Colosseum.
When Sabo, bro, that was so good, bro. Yeah. When Sabo showed up, bro, that was a peak moment.
Ace's Devil Fruit.
Yo, and he won the Ace's Devil Fruit. Yeah. See, low key, Sabo is like, bro, he's so strong, bro.
My favorite character.
Bro, Sabo was like literally fighting Fujitoro. Like, he was literally like maxing him out, bro. He was just like stopping him.
He was toying with Fujitoro.
Bro, like Sabo low key is like what Admiral level in that arc. And so that would mean that he was clear of Luffy in that arc. Like if they were to fight, Sabo would waste Luffy.
With the Dragon
but Luffy would have got on with
I love that answer. Luffy would have their pot armor though.
That's the thing. And I would say,
what about you, Adam? What was your
Dressrosa, my favorite character, my favorite moment was Doflamingo's dialogue. Literally anything he said was the greatest quote of all time.
Doflamingo walking. Wow.
Bruce.
Doflamingo walking.
That's Doflamingo walking. The aura that he had. unmatched.
Yeah, honestly, I think Doflamingo has the best aura like for a villain in One Piece. Like his aura is just
He's better than
he's
Kaido. He's better than Kaido.
yeah, Kaido's
I'll say that
ass,
right
bro.
now.
I'm gonna say right now, Kaido's ass.
Trash.
But like Doflamingo, he's like the coolest One Piece villain for sure.
Yes.
Anyways, Zoe. What do you guys think Zoe goes?
That's when you get introduced to a few characters in this one.
Yeah, the Minx. I would say it's good to decent. What do you reckon? Decent?
Uh,
I think this is the
I'd
start
I'd say
of
decent as well.
decent. So other than the what's that guy's name? The mafia guy?
Beach.
Beach, yo.
Game.
That moment was cool. You know how when they kidnapped Sanji and the other guys? That was cool. And then
Yeah.
they revealed that Sanji was the Rincemoke. Yo,
Oh yeah, this
yo.
is the, yeah
And then
before
Sanji
Whole
was
Cake
like,
Island.
yo, that was literally this is the setup for Sanji, the Sanji arc or the
Yeah,
whole cake.
it was yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, I think that was the best part of Zoe. Unless you guys got anything else to say.
Wait, where did you put Zoe?
Decent. Yeah.
Decent.
Probably the Sulong forms was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bippo seeing it pretty cool.
What was the elephant's name? Zani or
Zoe.
what?
Zoe. It's Zoe. Like the elephant's
Yeah.
called
No,
Zoe.
no, the elephant. Well, the elephant was called Zoe. I don't remember that.
Zunisha, I mean Zunisha.
Zanisha.
Yeah, Zunisha.
Yeah.
Zoe is what the name of the place, on the island, on the elephant.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
we hear the drums of liberation in this arc?
No.
When was that?
It isn't Wano.
Oh, so
Oh, wait,
elephant.
when was the first mention of Nika? Like the drums of liberation?
Whoa,
Was it in
whoa,
Wano, Or was it in Seoul?
Nah, it's in Wano.
No, it was
It's in Wano.
It
So
was
it's
in
a
Wano, yeah,
slightly newer
yeah, I
concept.
remember now.
Okay. Whole
Yeah.
Cake Island. In my opinion, this is peak.
That's
Nah, put that in straight mid. Put that in straight mid.
Ah.
So Big Mom,
Gee, this
Big
guy's
Mom
a hater,
chasing them
bro.
for
Hey?
Big Mom chasing them for 30 episodes. That was ass. I'm telling you.
Nah, yeah, like honestly, just Sanji's moments in this arc were like all so peak, bro. Like the
That's no.
you know the scene where he catches what's her name again? Pudding. Like how they just talking shit, bro, and then he just started like he just had his head down and he's trying to light his ladder, bro. And then that shit was so sad, bro.
No, it was good, but the thing is, like Big Mom chasing Luffy for 20 episodes, that ruined the entire arc.
I get it,
I'd
but
have
like
to it can't be in peak. You can put it in good. I don't mind, but not peak.
nah, man.
It's not
Okay,
a
okay.
real
Let me tell you why it's also peak. So there was the Katakuri fight. That was peak. There's just so
that
many
donut
peak
munching
moments,
deserves-
and then there was
deserves to
the
die.
you know the Sanji versus Luffy moment. Sanji versus Luffy moment.
One that's hurting.
Yeah, that was alright.
When like Luffy was like, when the bro was like, I can't be Pirate King without you, basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then the bro was willing to like literally stay there and die when the army was about to come after him. Like he was literally there while the army was coming.
Nah,
after
but
him.
the thing is, the list is messed up now.
Everyone up the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, how is Whole Cake Island above Jaya and Impel Down? That makes
Bro,
no
it's
sense to me.
way past those, bro.
Nah, it's not.
Empire Down was not that good. I don't. Man, you guys rate that.
Impel Down is way better than Whole Cake Island. I'll
There's
say that
no
right.
way, bro. There's no way.
I
Whole
ain't
Cake
gonna.
is way better. So, in my opinion, Whole Cake is better than Ennies Lobby, but not better than Dressrosa.
No. What are we talking about? Ennies Lobby was
This is
voted.
my ranking so far of arcs.
You know that's your ranking, but I'm gonna put Whole Cake either third, and probably third, honestly.
Okay.
I would put Whole Cake.
Third place.
Yeah.
What do you mean third? Third in decent or third in peak?
Third, yeah, like he would put it after Marineford.
Are you like
not-
blazing this? This is
Nah,
mad.
bro. This arc was
first-
peak, bro. It was so good.
No, no, no.
Bro,
I
imagine
would put it here.
live. Bro,
What?
in front of Big Mom? Jesus. Fuck that. On top of that, you also had, even though she had the Soul Free, Brooke was on the island. The fuck?
Who?
Brooke was on the island. The Soul King himself. Her week was on. Bro, when he broke the painting, who would have thought it would have been him?
Oh yeah,
Bro,
that was a good moment. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Oh.
Nah, and like the fight with Katakuri, bro, that shit was beautiful, bro. That was the first peak One Piece fight. Like, if you compare fights to other animes, no. So like, say if you compare it to Naruto fights or Bleach fights, to me that was the first fight in One Piece that matched, not really matched, but that I could compare with those. Because every other fight in One Piece has been pretty mid. Like if you're just strictly talking fights. But I think Katakuri, that was the first fight that I would say that it was a great fight.
Yeah, fights in One Piece are linear, but that fight they had a bit more there was a bit more tactics in that.
Yeah, there was a bit more tactics, and like I think I was actually surprised how Katakuri's fruit was so similar to Luffy's, right? Like the mochi fruit.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like he applied it similarly, like really similar, like
the donut fruit.
Yeah, the donut
when
fruit.
he eats donuts.
Yeah. Like he basically was like rubber too.
True.
Yeah, the difference is at the time everyone thought that Leafy was just a paramecia and Katakuri is a Legia with advanced observation.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not Legia.
Yeah, he had 10 seconds observation.
No. Katakuri's paramecia too, eh?
No, he's a Legia.
He's Logi, okay, yeah.
But what's it called? Leafy is obviously a paramecia.
Yeah.
And then you find out
he's a zone, right?
But like, you gotta give mad respect to the both of them. Like all the mid fight, fucking Katakuri's sister was
that was a cool moment, eh?
Like right after Katakuri stabbed him, found out what happened. He just stabbed himself.
Nah, to me that wasn't the best part. The best part was when they both used Conqueror's Haki to knock everyone else out. Because they're like, bro, these guys are hella annoying, bro. Let's knock them out. And they both clashed with Conquerors, and everybody got knocked out. That shit was cool.
Another top moment that I actually really like in Whole Cake.
Yeah.
Sanji remembering the recipe to the cake just by smelling it.
Yo, that's what I mean, bro. Sanji's clutch, bro.
Sanji
is like, bro, low key. Sanji comes in clutch for a lot of these arcs, like Arabastar, when he saves them in the prison, Water 7, when he finds Robin and Frankie and saves them, like in Ennies Lobby too. Like he's always clutch, bro. He just does things like while everyone's messing around, he's doing something in the background, you know.
But the most coolest part was Sanji lifting that whole cake with one leg. That was tough.
And the fact that he didn't want to poison the cake because he's a chef, like he doesn't want to ruin his food just to kill Big Mom. He'd rather kill Big Mom like fairly and not poison food.
And like reuniting with the siblings, especially with the
that backstory was sad though. You know the backstory with Sanji and the family. You know how he was locked up and shit, and then how the sister was like run away, don't ever come back.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was sad, bro.
Hard.
You know,
Decent.
But
well, anyways,
no.
Wano, right?
Last one.
I
No,
know.
about
Last but certainly least.
Zoro was there. None of that bullshit happened. Zoro was there on Whole
What's that?
Cake. I was like, none of that would have happened if Zoro was on Whole Cake.
What do you mean?
Zoro wasn't on Whole Cake.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he had the fight with Luffy and Sanji.
Mm.
Imagine Zoro was on the island. Now the whole thing would have changed.
Nah, Sorry ain't gonna do shit, bro.
The first one,
Whoa.
Love it.
Yeah, the gate.
Anyways,
last one.
Wano. Last one, Wano. Where do you guys? I
This
think
which one?
it has to be peak, right?
All
But
of Wano.
it has to be peak.
No.
Why not?
We can't do that here.
Why?
Luffy and Kaido was the worst fight I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nah,
say that
that's
right now.
cap, bro.
Bro, Luffy
There's
died
no way
7
you
times.
actually think that.
Luffy died 7 times.
I don't even care about Gear 5G. Robin's
Yeah, Gear
transformation. Fuck me, man. That was
Nah.
funny.
I mean,
The demon was
okay,
out.
the first, like, I reckon Wano was way too long there. Like, let's just say that.
That's why it can't be in peak.
Nah, but the reason why it has to be peak is because there's so many peak moments.
Well,
Like-
not only that, you also got to remember what happened at the end. The bounty, the changes,
Mm.
who dies, all of that jazz. And you also got to remember who was there at the end of Wano. Going to oh wait, because the very finished Wano, right?
Yeah, you finished
Yeah, I
it, hey,
finished
Adam.
Wano.
Oh,
Yeah, I finished it.
So you met the new Admiral? Yeah. Green Bull?
yeah. Green Bull.
Yeah.
When he gets snow diffed. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You noticed him on the island? All the way from from the boat.
That part makes it peak. That makes it peak.
Well, okay. First off,
The fact that I had
you
to bring
said
up his
Adam. Wait, you don't like you don't. I heard you say you don't like Luffy versus Kaido, bro. There's no way you just said that. Are you saying that shit
I like
was like
the start. But
Yeah.
the start when he lands on the roof, that part was decent. That part was good.
you don't like
there was
Gear
aura in
5?
that.
You don't like Gear 5?
No, the way it drags on, and then you see, obviously, you get Gear 5 after,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Gear 5 is just pure ass for me. Too much
Bro,
bouncing around.
No, man, I don't know about that, bro. Like, I thought that shit was fire in my opinion.
No.
But I agree with you. Like
Oh,
that fight was actually dragged on too long. But that wasn't even
it
the
turned
only
into a
fight.
clan fight.
Nah, there was like
Couldn't take it
the
serious anymore.
there's the Sanji fight, the Zoro fight with King.
Zoro versus King was good. Sanji versus Queen, that was
Yeah,
good.
that was
I'll say
mean,
that.
bro. They were mean. And then there was the moment with Momonosuke
Yeah.
when
When he
Momonosuke
turns into a dragon.
nah, that was alright. But I'm talking about the Momonosuke part when he's fuck, when he's talking to everyone and he's like giving them that mean ass speech and then Kaido was just about to execute him and then Sanji comes out of nowhere with the suit, the raid suit. But that whole like sequence of events, that shit was peak, bro. Like that's what I mean when Sanji like he just comes in clutch. It's like the bro literally saved
Bro,
Momonosuke.
the bro used his suit the best in Wano. Hands down.
Well, his raid suit.
Oh, bro. Random with the afro. On
What's
the
that?
execution platform, bro, that was mad crazy. And then you learn what smile fruit was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
That was all peak. And then you realize about the how Kaido's
Even
what's
like
it called? The name of the
What were Odin's friends called? I forgot their names. You know, the samurais. No, the shinobi. Yeah.
like what their name is, like the group.
Yeah.
I can't
The guy
even
who
remember.
kept on. The guy who
Okay.
ruined the Gear 5 episode. I forgot his name.
Oh, you mean Kinemon?
Nah.
Yeah, was it Kinemon? The one who died in the fire?
The one who died in the fire.
The
The
guy
guy
that
who
betrayed
died in the fire.
what was it?
Oh, the artist.
Oh, that guy. Oh yeah. Fuck, what's his name
Oh
again?
no, it's the one with the pompadour, and his blue now, eh? It was all black.
Man, the one that kept on getting into fights with what's his name?
No. So you remember Odin's daughter, her bodyguard.
Yeah. That guy was cool, bro. Yeah, that guy was cool.
That was crazy. Oh, what? Yeah. You got it. Yeah, that's who. What's his name?
I forgot his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Another.
It's like a top sort of thing.
I can check right
It
now.
wasn't Dante or Jay.
I reckon another peak moment was when they go up to when they go to the docks and no one's there and they're like, we read what you meant, and it was completely wrong.
Oh, when the bro thought he knew what was going on, eh? But he didn't actually.
Meet at this harbor, and they met at the harbor that was actually on the message. And because when they showed up, it was just
Yeah.
what
I'd
was
say
it?
the peakest moment was probably the drums of liberation for me.
Bro, you said you
Really?
didn't like the Gear 5, mate. That's literally the Gear 5.
No, before. That was before Gear 5 though. That was before that.
Oh, you mean the transformation part where he just
The
transformed?
transformation.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
when he was on the floor, and then you hear the heartbeat, and then Zanisha starts speaking.
Yeah.
That part was peak.
Like Joy Boy, like are you returned?
Yeah.
And then
Joy Boy, I can hear them.
Yeah, that was mean actually. Yeah, that was cool.
That was peak.
My opinion. You wanna know what was peak?
What?
Trafalgar Law violence. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, big. Oh, brother. Give me a break.
Gee,
That was mad.
do you reckon Sanji could have fought and beat King? In my opinion, he could have. In my opinion.
No, never.
Bro,
Never.
ain't no way, bro. Bro, like, okay, hear me out. You know how Sanji was fighting Queen, right? Bro, Sanji was going through a midlife crisis, bro. He was going through a midlife crisis. And when he snapped out of it, he just handled Queen like nothing, bro. He literally just like packed his ass up and sent him flying in like 10 seconds. And that was Sanji mentally nerfed. Bro, he didn't even try, bro. Like he literally just knocked off Queen
Yeah,
quick. It was like easy. Where when you see Zoro fighting King, bro, he literally like, he almost got like killed a couple times.
No, but Zoro got the racist boost. He was fighting a madness.
Now I'm just saying Sanji could have, I think he could have fought and beaten King as well, in my opinion.
I disagree
Because there was
with that.
the whole like the strategy behind it where like Sanji would have figured out the fire being the opportunity. You know how like when it's out, that's when you're attacking.
Yeah.
And another thing is Sanji has speed advantage as well. Like Sanji is faster than Zoro. So like Sanji would have figured out the fire being like his like invincibility, and then he would have been fast enough to stop King. In my opinion, but okay. Maybe? How no? For sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I just
Anyways,
Zoro at that time.
any other closing points on Wano? It's definitely peak. It can't be just good.
Not good.
The Shogun, that little man.
Oh, yo, he wasn't the Shogun though. He was just like the guy when he got executed, eh?
No.
No, I'm talking about when that
And he's like a
when that
little
guy,
midget.
yeah, when that
And
midget
then
got executed, and then he had that speech, and then all those
Nah.
people came in and they were like laughing, but they weren't actually laughing. That shit was peak too.
Oh, Gina, Odin and the Pop.
Oh, and Odin, bro, we just forgot about Odin, eh? His whole like backstory.
Odin, yeah, Odin was good. Yeah.
Think about Roger was there.
Gee, and I just thought there's another thing too, bro. Zoro gets carried, bro. Zoro gets carried by what's the sword's name? Enma, bro. Enma is literally carrying his ass. If he didn't have Enma, he would have got washed. He would have got whacked, bro. He got smacked up. He would have lost. Enma's carrying his ass, bro.
Counting, stealing Odin.
Nah, I'm just a Zoro hater, bro.
The thing is, I'd put it in good because I treat it like the fourth Great Ninja War. It was like there was peak moments.
Yeah,
overall, it was good.
Yeah. No, the fourth Great Ninja was peak. There's no way, like it's peak. But like that's how I feel about Wano as well.
That'll be another day. Yeah, that'll be another day.
Well, we'll cover Naruto anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're on the last one. I don't know where Egghead is. There's no Egghead option.
That's because I never watched it. That's why. You know.
Yeah, true. So where would you guys rate Egghead now?
Well, you can't answer, but what I can tell you, the last thing that did happen.
I mean, we can.
I would say it's going good, but I want to put like decent, like or if not, then last place for good, because it's still like continuing, and where it is, like it's just hit like a peak moment. But I'll just put it like.
Has it peaked yet? Let me ask you. Has it peaked?
To be fair, I was waiting for him to get onto the island, but and that's the peak part. Now it's what the.
I'm pretty sure the bro already knows. Hey, Adam, you already know, eh?
Yeah, I know a bit of the spoilers.
So you already know that one of the Goroseis.
So you know about Setsu being on the island?
Yeah,
is that the five elders?
Yeah, one of the elders were on the island. Yeah. What came to the island? Did you know that?
No. I just saw. Do you know the end part? I know about when Sabo and then they do the Buster Call. I know about that part.
Okay, so he doesn't know.
I didn't even know that. Does that actually happen?
I'll leave you like and think about it.
Alright, so well, for as of right now, I would say it's peak. There's been some pretty peak moments.
But yes, it's had a few peaks, but I'm gonna put it good.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it good. Yeah, because it's not finished, so we can't really judge it.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll put it good, but.
Okay, so.
The fight guys are floofy.
Okay, now for this last segment, we're gonna see if we'll adjust our rankings, right? So we can demote something or up rank. Do you guys want to start from S, or you guys want to start from peak?
Wait, what's happening?
So we're gonna adjust the ranks. So like, if we think it should improve or it should, like.
I'll give you one thing.
Do you guys want to start on peak or S?
Yeah, we'll start from S.
S? Okay, Thiller Bark is staying on S. I don't care.
No. Move that.
Move it to mid.
Move it to mid. I'll take mid.
Low key, I would agree with you only because of the Kuma and Zoro moment. What do you reckon, Adam? You think it's still S? Have you had some time to think about it?
If I move that to mid, can I take one thing off peak? Can I do that?
Oh, okay. Cam, you agree with that? You agree with that choice?
Wait, what?
If you want to move Thriller Bark to mid, he can take off one off peak. And I already know which one he's taking off.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's taking off Whole Cake. He's taking off Whole Cake. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Put that down.
I'm not agreeing to that, so we're gonna leave Thiller Bark on ass. I'm not touching Whole Cake. It's staying on peak. I don't care what you say. Anyways, moving on.
Man.
Long Ring, Long Land. Does that stay on ass?
Yeah, leave that there, man. Leave that there.
What do you reckon, Cam? Is that still ass?
Which one is that again?
It's still ass. You don't even remember that, bro. Orange Town. Is that still ass?
That's ass.
Ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
That felt like a full arc.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Okay, Fishman Island. You think that it should stay on mid, or you think it should go to decent?
Personally, I'd put it down to ass, but
No, I think it belongs to mid.
I think it was decent, but okay. So what you think it's? Okay. We're gonna make a ruse. So if we move one to another rod, we have to take one off the other. So if I put Fishman Island in decent, you have to take off one off decent.
Okay, check Arabastar in mid.
How?
Yeah, I agree.
How?
I agree.
So what? You would rather put Fishman Island over Arabastar? You're crazy.
Yeah.
There's no way,
wait.
bro. There's no way. So what?
Line.
Forget that.
But we're moving Arabastar.
Okay, so Fishman is staying on mid. Is Fishman staying on mid? Hey,
Fishman next to Zoe. It's going next to Zoe.
Say that again.
So Fishman's going next to Zoe and decent.
Decent, okay. So okay, now you have to take off one of decent. And you have to put it in mid.
First.
What's that?
Arabastar.
Yeah.
Arabastar. Yeah, move that to mid, but at the first.
Damn. That's crazy, bro. Anyways, Cam, your turn. That was your birds. So Amazon Lily.
Yeah.
Does that stay on mid or?
Silly.
Okay, oh yeah, and another rule. You can't demote something like this and not change it. It's only when you're moving it up. So you can't say this is S and it'll stay on S and you don't have to change anything else.
Yeah, I'll fuck with that.
Okay? But then if you want to move something up and you can only move it one up, then you have to bring something down.
Fair. I like this.
So stays on mid, Amazon Lily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it on mid.
Okay, Loaded Garden, I'll keep that on mid.
Yeah.
Keep it on mid.
Okay. Roman Stone, what about you? What's your bro's name?
H.
Oh. Roman Stone, does that stay on mid? Or would you put that higher?
Which one?
Roman Stone. The literal first arc.
Okay, nah, that's pretty good. That's
pretty mid? Good. Okay, we did Arabastar. Zoe. So, who's turn? Cam?
That's decent.
Decent?
Yeah.
Everybody wanna push back? No?
Nah, leave it.
Okay, Punk has it. Does that stay on decent or? Adam?
I'm gonna put him mid. Mid?
Okay, mid.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to push back?
Return of Sabaody is better. Return of Sabaody is way better.
Okay, so my turn. I think I'll put. No, I'll leave that in decent. What about you, Cam? Skypiea. Decent.
Decent, yeah. I was like, nah, yeah, that's decent.
Okay. Drum Island, the Burr H.
Good.
Drum Island.
Oh, we're decent.
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 Stays. Cam. Whiskey Peak.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. What? Where are we?
Whiskey Peak.
Yeah, decent.
Decent. Okay.
Yeah.
Adam. Reverse Mountain.
Keep in decent. It was alright.
Decent. Okay. Impel Down. Oof. Let me think.
I like it.
It's my turn. I would say I low-key would put in decent. Low-key. But I know you guys are gonna complain, so I'll leave it on good.
Good.
What about you, Cam? Jaya?
Yo,
Good?
Jaya.
Peak?
Yeah, good.
Decent? Good? Alright.
That's good. It's good.
Looks like we've chosen correctly. We're not really moving our ranks. What about you, H? Roguetown.
Roguetown.
Roguetown. Decent, good, or mid? Honestly, I would put Roguetown in mid, bro. Low key.
Yeah, I would probably put it in as well. There was too much. It left us with too many questions and no answers.
Yeah, I don't know why we got in good. Literally nothing happens.
It was at the start, that's why we put him good.
Oh, I see. Syrup Village, what about you, Adam?
You know what? Looking back at it now,
Bro, I don't know
good
how
is
it's
alright.
that good. Nah, there's
I'm
no
gonna put it in
way,
decent.
bro.
I'm gonna put it in decent.
Yeah, it has
decent.
to be at least decent. I don't know how it got up to good.
Yeah.
That shit don't make sense. I don't know how it got good. It was decent, yeah. Okay, now we're on to the peak category. Wano. I think it stays on peak. Whose turn is it?
Mine. Yours.
Okay. Anybody want to push back and they downgrade it?
I would, but you lot all agreeing, so keep it.
No, like you can push back, but you just gotta give us a good reason, and we gotta agree to it. Otherwise, it's
I just think it was too. I just think the pacing was too crap, so that's why I put it.
Nah, I
down.
agree. Pacing was ass. It was too long.
Yeah.
But I think there's too many peak moments that happens in the arc. Like all the peak, like neutralizes all the ass that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I think it's too peak. How about Arlong? Honestly, I'm moving this to good.
Move that to good. Move
Yep, I'm moving this
Baratie
good.
to good as well.
Hey,
Move Baratie to good as well.
Baratie? Where's that?
One next to Wano.
Ah, yeah, I agree as well. Yeah.
We'll put them in.
You guys want to push back on that?
No, check it in good.
Good. Okay.
Check that in. Check that in. No, I'm kidding.
I low-key would put Ennies Lobby on ass just for that ending.
No.
That ending was ass though. See, the arc depends on its ending, bro. If the ending is ass, then it's ass.
It's a whole
That's
arc,
just
so you
my
gotta look at
opinion.
it. You gotta look at it objectively.
Good.
I am looking at it objectively.
I'll put it in good. Like everything was good. But the
Yeah,
ending.
see, now I agree with you. It's not peak because of the ending. So for it, that's a thing that like you gotta tick. The ending has to be peak for the arc to be peak. And because to me the ending was a soft, bro. Like it was just like they just escaped and like the stakes were like pretty much non-existent at the end. They literally like it was some bullshit too where they literally just like the boat just made its way to bloody Ennies Lobby. I don't care if people say, "Oh, it was the currents." The currents made it guided it there. That shit is ass. You can't tell me that shit is ass. It's not ass.
Right, that's alright then.
Okay, whole cake. It's staying in peak, bro.
That's not moving.
You want to push back? I know you got some things to say about this, Adam. Tell us again why it's not peak.
Why is not peak?
Yeah. Why do you think whole cake is not peak?
It's just there was a lot of fluff in it, which I don't like.
A lot of what?
A lot of fluff.
A lot of fluff.
Yeah, but the fact that Big Mom chased him around the island for about 10 episodes.
Not gonna lie, you're kind of overreacting on that shit. Wasn't there only like 3 extra episodes of just that? It wasn't even that long. It wasn't like Wano where it was like 50 episodes of just fighting Kaido.
Back on 4.
It felt long, but
it was like 3 or 4 episodes. It wasn't like as long as Kaido's.
Maybe.
Well, we'll put it at the bottom of peak then. We'll put it at the bottom of peak since you think it's good and we don't think it's good. It's peak. Anyways, Dressrosa. Cam.
That stays there.
That stays? Dressrosa?
One is better than Dressrosa.
Wano's better than Dressrosa. Do you agree with that, Adam?
I would have to disagree. But...
I don't. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like,
yeah,
I agree. There's too much fluff. Like,
I was not
I
really
think
that. I'm
Dressrosa is just the story of Dressrosa. I think is better too.
Just on fights in my opinion. Like,
based on fights, Wano is the best. Like, based on fights, Wano is the best. But we're not basing on fights.
Yeah, no, I just want to say that.
Yeah.
So I would say whole cake, Wano, Dressrosa. Okay. What about Water 7? Is this still peak, considering everything else we put on good?
No, but Iceberg dice. Or does Iceberg die and at least long?
Nah, Iceberg didn't die.
Not yet.
But wait, what? So we also get the Rob Lucci, you know that princess with the CP9, and then
Yeah,
there was
CP0.
I think that moment, those moments, and the Luffy versus Usopp moment, that to me was just so peak. You got like that carries this arc, so it has to stay in peak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's staying peak. But you think it's that high in the peak ladder, or you think it's below Dressrosa?
No,
or is it
I'll
higher?
say above Dressrosa.
You reckon?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Oh,
yeah,
I agree. What about you, Cam? Is Water 7 above these?
Yeah. As long as it's above Dressrosa, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, now the big two. Now, I think these two are right. Like, I prefer Saboady over Marineford. I think Adam would rather have Marineford here. What about you, Cam?
I'm with Adam.
You with Adam?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Man, okay. Since there's majority rules.
The undisputed Marineford.
So Marineford is the peak of the peak.
Let's go.
Of peak of One Piece.
Thriller Bark is the worst.
If this were my ranking, it would be Saboody, but you guys have spoken. You guys have spoken. Anyways, I think that's us. I think our next tier list will be Bleach. Or would you guys rather Naruto for us?
I think Naruto next.
Naruto next. Now we gotta end the best for last, so we do Naruto last.
That's true. Yeah, we do Naruto last.
What the fuck you mean?
Alright, it just is, bro. There's no, there's no debate here.
Undisputed fact.
Nah, hey, Cam. So your goal is to finish Bleach by next week.
Bro, I got work. Oh, actually, no, I don't have work.
You gotta watch Bleach, bro. Otherwise, we gotta find someone else to replace you.
Oh, yeah. You got Nuku.
Nuku's here today. The bro hasn't came back. Anyways, is there anything you guys want to say before we head out?
Thanks for having us.
By the way, bro, I didn't even realize that the tier list wasn't showing on YouTube for an hour. So our viewers were looking at a black screen for an hour. Bro, it was like literally like my mate was like watching today, and he's like, "Gee, I can't even see the tier list." And I looked, holy shit! And it was like an hour into the stream, bro. So we were yapping with no actual tier list showing. Oh well, doesn't matter. Definitely fix that for next time, because I had no idea.
Anyways, you learn, as I said.
Adam, any closing words?
Yep.
Is One Piece mid?
I think the list.
Or is it peak?
One Piece is 100% mid, but
it has its moments. It's okay.
That's it. It has its moments.
Anyways, Cam, what about you? Anything you want to close?
Kisame is the best fishman, ladies.
Oh,
Kisame
let's
would
go.
literally wash 90% of One Piece, bro.
He's soloing the One Piece
He
first.
literally checks
Solo.
90% of everyone in One Piece. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, water
Bro, he
shockwave,
literally
and everyone's
is a
finished.
counter to everyone. Like literally.
Literally.
So he will wash everyone. Literally. With water. Anyways. Well, I think that's it. Latest.
Later, boys.
Later, boys.
Right. See ya.
Later.
Have
See
a
ya.
good day.
You too.